I'm alone, and until just recently, like my wife didn't even really know what I was doing. She just trusted me to go and do what it is I needed to do. But now having clients on board and being able to show her what's going on, she's so on board. She's enthusiastic about it now.
Hey everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Paul Cook from Octus. His digital agency has been a part of some of our programs, and I asked Paul to jump in here because he's seen some really cool things and transformations happen in a shorter period of time. When I first met Paul, he was up against a wall. There was a lot of stress and anxiety as it related to the growth and the trajectory of his business, and he was looking for some things to happen and shift in a short amount of time. And there's a lot of people that agency coach and myself get to talk to when it comes to helping them grow their business. And I find that the ones that take action and implement the things that we teach see the fastest growth, but it's oftentimes that many agencies don't take the kind of action that they could. And so I wanted to share Paul's story, bring him in so he could share his story with you, so you could see what's possible and get to know him and his agency as well. So Paul, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you jumping on the call.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mike.
Well, what I'd love to start with, Paul, is maybe you could just share a little bit about yourself and your agency and what you guys do.
I got into digital marketing 18 years ago. I did a bit of a transition from the fitness field, which was my passion when I was studying. But it wasn't too long. I think it was like a couple of years in where I really got a firm handle on, a lot of the different strategies and tactics that were going on. And I started thinking about, the businesses that I was driving by, to and from the gym and, dropping my kids off. And yeah, long story short is 18 years of doing everything from email marketing. We did a lot of pop-ups back in the day, all kinds of search and content marketing. I hung in there and I had a lot of fun doing it, but I got to be honest with you, by the end, especially when COVID hit, it felt like my soul had just been sucked from my body. I had a good chunk of my life. I lost a lot of hair, a few gray ones popped up along the way, and I really had that, and I think a lot of people did.
We met when you were kind of in that back against the wall situation where you didn't have the revenue coming in. You didn't have yet the plan of action to actually close deals while you might have had access to this other resource here. I think that there's folks that will watch this and will relate to that, because I just remember so distinctly your energy, how you were feeling, and our conversation when you first came in, and it really stood out to me. And I'd love for you, if you'd be willing to just to share how that felt.
The last couple of years working from home were a struggle insofar as the soul of what I was doing was gone. It was missing. And that was a whole other, feeling. That the emotion was just dread and like fatigue, like constant, unbelievable fatigue. So when I decided that I wanted to do this, get my own agency off the ground, I didn't have that. I had this energy and this excitement, and I loved getting out of bed, and going about trying to figure out what it was I wanted to do. But I was in this kind of grind of, I was so frustrated with myself for not taking action. But I was excited. I got to be honest. I was still excited about the opportunity, and I wasn't fatalist. Like, this is do or die. I just wanted to figure it out. But I will say I felt like I was hitting my head against a wall every single day because I just didn't have that clarity on what to do, nor the confidence to go and take any action.
I'd love for you to share a bit about the experience that you've had coming into some of the agency coach programs and what that experience has been like for you.
Not only do you have all the training and the videos are amazing and everything is like so logically organized, which for me is very important. But I think the thing that really sets you guys apart is the people. Really, it's the ability to connect with people. It's the community, and then the support that you and your team offer. That again, I haven't really felt elsewhere. I've always felt from day one that I'm really at arm's length with you guys. So that to me is important.
So let's talk about some of the results, because I know that some folks will want to kind of understand that you went from a situation where you had kind of nothing in revenue, like you were waiting for this other contract to come into play, and so you needed to make something work. So would you be willing to share some of the kind of stats on the projects and the numbers that you've seen come across in the short amount of time that you've been with us?
I'm up to 5 clients now, which is fantastic. The numbers are just over 5,000 a month. Like hearing and seeing the nodding heads and the approval or the ahas, like that to me is every bit as comforting and important to me as actually closing the deal, and getting paid.
Describe your confidence from before to now, because I'm just picking up on a lot of energy and excitement that just wasn't there the first time that we chatted.
The 2 things that I was really stuck on was how to break the ice. Like what is the hook? How do I go, even if I know these people, and really my whole plan was just like 40 people that I know or bought from or would pick up the phone. But even with those people, I was so nervous about how to broach the issue of, would you like some help in growing your business? So the confidence that I've gained is from all of that, I would say pre-sales and sales process.
The last question here, what has being a part of these programs and the results that you've achieved for yourself, just done for you personally or for your family?
For me personally, just having a sounding board, I think is really important. I'm a solopreneur right now, and I really believe, and I look at you guys, and I'm sure you believe this as well, but I won't put words into your mouth. Having a partner to bounce ideas off of, or to keep you in check and hold you accountable, or just to say like that's a terrible idea, or offer a different perspective, I think is a critical element to growing any small business. I'm alone, and until just recently, like my wife didn't even really know what I was doing. She just trusted me to go and do what it is I needed to do. But now having clients on board and being able to show her what's going on, she's so on board. She's enthusiastic about it now.
That's fantastic. So I guess to wrap up, somebody that's watching this might be thinking, is it the right time? Is it the right, should I make an investment in myself and in my agency? What advice would you have for somebody that might be considering that?
Just do it. I mean, I look at it and I say this with my prospects and my clients, like, making that investment, if you don't make it, you'll never know what could have been. And making that investment, especially in this business, I measure everything I do, from whether it be money I put out or time. And I'm a little bit more of a stickler when it comes to my time these days, given how old I'm getting. It's got to produce a result. And I look at the money and the time I've invested in agency coach. It's paying dividends left, right, and center. So do it. Just do it.
Fantastic. Well, Paul, thank you so much for jumping in today with me, and congratulations on your success. You're just getting started, and that's what the really cool part is to see, is that in a short amount of time, you've made some major strides. You've done an amazing job so far, and so I just want to say well done.
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it. Can't thank you enough.